The students are there? Yes. So when we read a passage, what we do in the reading section, we read a passage and then questions are asked, we answer them on the basis of our understanding of the passage. Right? That we call as comprehension. Right? Another segment of reading section is note making. So here we won't be asked the questions to answer. Here we'll be asked to make notes on the basis of the passage given. This note making exercise is useful not only for just reading section of English, it is useful rather for all subjects. When you people do a chapter of 10 pages or of 50 pages or of 500 pages, when you prepare it, then side by side, if you start making notes, then revision becomes quite easier. So note making is actually the summing up of the whole passage in a few words. In a way, the note making is the essence of the whole passage. Okay. It's actually the central idea, the crux with all points. Okay. Because when you write the central idea of something or the other, then you don't put all details of the passages, of all the chapters. But in note making, you write all the points. Got it? So note making is all about summing up the whole passage in a given or desired or standard format. For examination purpose, you'll be following a format. But otherwise, when you actually make notes for any chapter, maybe of physics, maybe chemistry, or maybe accountancy or whatever, then you can have your notes in your personalized way. But here you'll be following a strict format. Not very difficult, just a few things are there to remember. Note making you'll be able to master. Okay. And mind it, note making is not something new you are going to do today. You've been doing it right from your childhood. Whenever you were revising some chapter, you were usually making notes. You always make notes, I guess, of your physics or chemistry or bio or so you always write on the main points. So that is what we are going to do over here. So you'll be given a passage and then you'll be making notes on it. So what's the format for making notes? So first of all, when we are to make notes, on the very top, we are to write the word note making. Right? Yes, Vachan. Where is Assis? She's not here, beta, yet. Okay, so here it is. When we start the note making, the very first thing we are to write is title. T-I-T-L-E is to be written, right? Title. Suppose your passage is about Albert Einstein at school. Supposing that whole lesson is your passage. Okay. Then the title can be Albert Einstein at school. This title is to be basically, or broadly speaking, this, if you write it in capital letters, better. Otherwise, the first letter of the words can be capital. Double underline it. So first of all, title, then arrow, then title itself, and it should be very brief. But yes, of course, it should cover up the whole passage. It should be the theme of the passage. So after, when title you write, you'll be getting 1 mark for it. It's for 1 mark. After title, our note making will start. So when we make notes, then we'll be dividing the whole passage into 5 or 6 or 7 units. That is 5, 6 or 7 parts. Got it? The whole passage might already be divided into different paragraphs. Okay, so paragraph wise you can pick up. But if the whole passage is a very big paragraph without any demarcation, even then you can subdivide your whole passage into 5 or 6 parts. Means there might be 5 or 6 ideas minimum in the passage. Right now, for your reference, I'll be taking the chapter Albert Einstein at school. for the note making. Okay, so that right now, if no passage is available in your hand, you can manage with this chapter because you know this chapter. Okay, so title is already this. Now we are to start making the notes. Leave 2 lines. Then come to the, if this is your margin line on the notebook or paper, then along with the margin line, you'll have your first point. First, first of all, we'll be writing the first main heading. First main heading. This will be followed by, when you'll write the first main heading, then this main heading will have some sub points. When you read the chapter Albert Einstein, how did the chapter start? The chapter started with Albert Einstein conversing or interacting with teacher, with history teacher, remember? So you can give it the main heading as Albert's interaction with history teacher. Then afterwards, you can explain it, like what interaction was. So first, main heading. Then afterwards, we are coming to the subheading, and subheadings will be here. That is one. Then here you can have Romans, or you can have A, B, C, D, whatever you find convenient. A, B, C. Main heading was Albert's conversation with history teacher. Then here A point will be, the history teacher asks Albert a fact-based question. That is subpoint. B will be, Albert does not give answer. Then this B, he does not give answer. Why doesn't he give answer? Because he says that he does not believe in learning facts. That can be the sub point of B. So what we can write? B1. Is that clear? We can have, first of all, main heading is must. Then we will have subheadings. We call them subheadings. Then subheadings may have subheadings. But that would depend upon the kind of passage it is. But right now, when I was speaking about like Albert Einstein's interaction or conversation with the history teacher, Albert Einstein's inability to give answer, then there is a reason for it. Like, why is he unable to give answer? That we are to give in sub point. So B was can you see this blackboard? So after this B, we'll have a sub point. It will be B1. Got it? There we will write the reason, like Albert's doesn't believe in learning facts. Got it? Teacher unable to understand Albert. Albert punished. These are the further points, C, D. So that is what we had done in this first part of the chapter. Albert had an interaction with the teacher. The teacher asked him a question. Albert is unable to give the answer. States that he does not believe in learning facts. The teacher punishes him. That's it. So these main heading and subheadings, they will later on help you revise the chapter in just 1 minute. Because it was a story, then it was not difficult for you to remember these things. But had it been some technical topic, then these subheadings and headings will help you revise the whole chapter in just one go. Got it? So the way we have taken main heading and then subheadings, main heading, subheading, and then subheading. Mind that subheadings are optional. They may not be required everywhere. Wherever you think you need, you can use. Otherwise, you can simply go on with A, B, C, D. And yes, one main heading may be followed by 4 or 5 subheadings. Don't go beyond that. It means that you may have another main heading now. Got it? For example, now we were talking about Albert Einstein's interaction with history teacher. It's 4 or 5 points are enough. We don't have to prolong it too much. But yes, if you think there is something, you are most welcome. Then there is no hard and fast rule, because they are personalized notes. But yes, there should not be any repetition. So when your first main heading's information is over, then you'll come to the second main heading. So 1 we had written here. Look at the blackboard, Arshdeep. 1 you had written here. Then 2 will come exactly below this. After D, when your first main heading had finished, after D you leave 2 lines. Then second main heading will come exactly below this. If your 1 was here, then your 2 will be, because here the subheadings A, B, C, D, then 2 will come exactly below this, like this. Getting? This is the main format. You can say layout. Layout is equally very important for note making, because it will make your notes look a little, presentable. Otherwise, there won't be any difference between your note making, which you do for rough use, or which you make it for actual use. So 1, 2, then again its subheadings would be coming. So when you have written the second main heading, it's again subheadings A, B, C, D, right? Then afterwards, again, third, again, then subheadings A, B, C, D. This way you may have about 5 or 6 or 7 main headings and their further subheadings. So when you'll be writing these subheadings, you'll be remembering a few points. First thing is that throughout note making, write down important points to keep in mind while making notes. Number 1, write only phrases. Write only phrases. What are phrases? Suppose I want to say that Albert Einstein had a conversation with a history teacher. Its phrase will be Albert Einstein's interaction with a history teacher. You remove the verb, it will become a phrase. Albert Einstein's conversation with a history teacher. That's a phrase. But if I say Albert Einstein had a conversation with a teacher, that's a sentence. Sentence has a verb and phrase has no verb. That's the only difference. A bunch of keys, it's a phrase. There is a bunch of keys, it's a sentence. So for note making, you are to write the phrases. But yes, if there is a sentence where you think phrase is impossible and that information is very much required for this note making, then you can go for a sentence, but avoid it. And the key is your notes should be very brief. Each part should be, each line or point should be very brief. Don't make it very long. But sometimes what do the children do? They start writing just one word. One-worded notes are wrong. You should write only the phrases. Phrases cannot be one word. Clear? So number 1, you should write the notes in phrases. Second thing is use abbreviations. Use abbreviations, right? Wherever possible, write abbreviations. Wherever I'm saying. Suppose you are going to write the word institution, you can write its abbreviation institution. You can have your the words which might require repetition. Supposing the word school will be coming many times in the notes, you can write an abbreviation for school, or like this. You can have your self-framed abbreviations, but try to go for standard abbreviations. And yes, abbreviations are to be used for the words which are being repeated in the passage. Okay, use abbreviations for repetitions, for repeated words, right? And the next thing about making notes is don't include examples or illustrations. What are illustrations? Maybe something has been depicted there through diagrams or something, or graph. Don't do that. So if something has been depicted in the form of diagrams or graph, you don't have to do this in the note taking. Examples are to be avoided. Sometimes we say like, for example, this. Avoid writing examples in the notes. Got it? So avoid writing examples, repetitions, even explanations of something. Albert Einstein said like, learning facts is no education. Then there is explanation of the same thing in the same lesson. He said so many things afterwards. The teacher asked him like, so I think you are talking about the Albert Einstein's theory of education. Then he spoke the things in 3 or 4 sentences. You don't have to bring all those 4 sentences here, because the crux we have written, that is learning facts is no education. Education is all about education is all about ideas, coming up with a new idea. Innovation is the crux of education. This is what he said. So you can bring the crux here, not the explanation. You can write this down with you. Don't include explanation of the facts in the note making. Only the crux, not the explanation. So the most important thing while making notes are phrases, using of phrases, using abbreviation. The moment you use 1 or 2 or 3, the moment you use minimum 5 abbreviations in the whole notes, overall notes I'm talking about, you will get 1 mark. Using abbreviation in the overall note making for 5 times or 6 times will give you 1 mark. And if you write the notes, when the main heading is underlined, subheadings are laid out in a nice manner in phrases. When there is no repetition, when you're not including examples, then for the note making, you'll be getting 3 marks. The note making, complete note making is for 3 marks. Complete notes, I just mean this. So when you've written the all notes, how many points will be there in the notes? 5 or 6 or 7. Depends upon the kind of paragraph it is. When you've written all these 5 or 6 or 7 main points and their subheadings, if you follow all these instructions, you will get 3 marks. In between, you used abbreviations, right? Then after the notes, you will be writing key to abbreviations. Write down next. So first of all, we had title. That was in capitals. Then we had notes. They are for 3 marks. Notes format I've told you right now. Then afterwards, we'll be writing key to abbreviations. Key to abbreviation, how is it is to be written? Key to abbreviations will also be for 1 mark. When your notes are finished, then you will draw a neat box with 3 columns. 1 column will be serial number, yes. Then it will be abbreviation. And third will be key. Suppose the very first abbreviation you had used was school. Sorry, it was 1. Then like this. Why to write key to abbreviations? Because when you will be actually making notes like this, then afterwards you might not remember like what does SC stand for in your notes. Then you will have a reference from here. Done. So key to abbreviations may also have 5 or 6 abbreviations. And it will give you how many marks? 1. And when you write the key to abbreviations, then also the title is required. Key to abbreviations, underline, then you make the box and you will write it. So when your abbreviations are also done, final thing to be written is summary. Afterwards, you'll be writing summary of the whole passage. Summary. Write the word summary in the center of the page. Then you write sum up the whole passage in 1/3 of the overall length of the passage. If your original passage was in 300 words, then summary will be in how many words? 100. Got it? Now, what will you do to write summary? Will you go back to the passage and will start finding out what are the main points? What will you do? Yes, very good. The notes which we have made, we'll pick them up. There they were in the form of phrases. We'll convert the phrases into sentences for summary. Note making will be done. No need to go back to notes again. So the notes which were in phrases, they are to be converted in sentences. It will take hardly 3 or 4 minutes. Overall note making will take time when you will be reading it. So that was the format. Now the question is like how to attempt note, what's the process? What's the process of making notes? If I give you the passage and I say, okay, beta, make notes, what will you do? Yeah, first of all, you will read the passage. Then first you go through the passage a little fast. Try to understand like what this whole passage is about. In the beginning, you might feel that the passage is about computer. When you will read second paragraph also, then you might come to know like, no, it's about computer and today's generation. By the time you've read third and fourth paragraph also, then you'll see like, oh my God, the paragraph is about computer and especially the teenagers. So try to get the gist. That is the main idea of the whole passage, thereby going through the whole passage a bit fast. Then when you'll be reading it second time, then you start underlining the main points. Don't underline examples. Don't underline explanations. Don't underline illustrations. And there only you make out like which words have been repeated many a times. You encircle those words and make out your mind like those words you'll be using as abbreviations. Your 60% job would be done. Then you start making notes. But keep in mind that you'll be using only phrases, not the sentences. Because in the passage, the sentences might be there. There might be a sentence made up of 3 or 4 there might be a paragraph in 5 sentences. And you might be converting that into one phrase. Okay? That because you'll be just getting the idea of that passage. Got it? So note making is not a topic to be dreaded of. It's not a new topic. It was a topic which you people had been doing right from your childhood. Got it? But now you'll be just giving it a format. Any doubt now? No? So I'll be sending you one assignment for note making. One passage I'll send you. Okay? And summary for 3 marks. Summary is for 3 marks. So overall it will be for 8 marks. Yes. Yeah, stand up all of you. We are to go out for assembly. Today there is an art of living session, I guess, for you people. So, okay, children, that's it. Jatin, Himanshu, Dheer, and Chirag. Better write on the attendance. Jatin, Himanshu, Dheer, and Chirag.